All right, so I don't know if you're in town, but I know for me it's been raining a lot. The weather's been kind of crazy, and after a lot of fires and things like that, I thought today we might focus on more restorative yoga. We'll still go through similar poses that you're probably familiar with, but I definitely want to maybe slow things down and really feel into the body, maybe feel into the senses. Smells, things like that around us. So I actually pulled a card today. It's not, it's just called Practice You. It's just a daily awakening card. And I thought it would be nice to read today to share with you. So it says, who within you chooses? So before I actually read the whole thing, why don't you join me in a comfortable seated position? Again, your legs could be extended out in front of you, or tucked under you. I'm just going to sit crisscross today. This feels good for my body. So who within you chooses? And just think about what that means for you for a second. Maybe close your eyes. If you feel the need to place your hand anywhere on your body, you can go ahead and do that now. And you can repeat after me, or I'll just read the affirmations. I choose to be adaptable. I choose to be safe. I choose to be sweet. I choose to be strong. I choose to be clear. I choose to be. And wherever you are, just take a breath here. Maybe notice what that feels like to breathe. Choice, to empower yourself to choose today, to just be. Maybe we can be strong and sweet simultaneously. So not limiting who we are, but knowing that we have a choice within us to be. So just noticing the breath. We're going to inhale, reach our hands up. And exhale, lower down. On the right side, we're going to stretch over to the right or the left. Again, whatever feels comfortable in your body. Can you notice the ground beneath you? What does the floor feel like under you? Do you smell anything around you? Maybe it is the rain, maybe it's a candle nearby. Good. We're going to inhale our hands up and exhale, lower down, stretching over to the left or to the opposite side. Again, just noticing here where we're at. Maybe reconnecting with the breath. It's easy to lose the breath while we're moving. Even when we're sitting still, it's okay to lose the breath because it is something that happens, automatically. So we don't need to think about it, but if we can choose to focus on the breath, then maybe that will bring us some peace and stillness today. Good. We're going to inhale, reach up, and exhale. We're going to forward fold, hinging at the hips. Maybe elongate through the spine as you fold forward, as you exhale. Maybe releasing through the back of the neck and shoulders. Breathing here. Again, noticing the floor beneath you, maybe the weight of gravity as it sits and presses you down closer to the earth. Good. We're going to inhale, press our hands, maybe just walk them gently back, and we're going to switch legs. So just switch sides. If your legs are extended, no need to switch. So we're going to inhale once more. And as you exhale, we're gonna just place, again, our left hand down and stretch over to the right, but this time we're gently gonna place our right hand on the top of our head. No need to pull or strain, but just allow that heaviness, again, that gravity to maybe allow you to stretch. Again, just breathing here, noticing the breath, noticing if anything feels maybe not in your control, and see if you can choose to let go a little bit of that control and just see where your body wants to take you today. Good. And then lower the right hand. We're going to just do a little neck roll over to the left and switch sides. So you can place that left hand on the top of your head. Again, maybe letting the head hang heavy wherever it feels good. Maybe you're gazing up or gazing down. No need to strain or fight it, but just notice where your head wants to naturally go today. Again, can we just choose to be in this moment? Good. And then you're going to place that hand onto the floor, and we're going to do another neck circle over to the right. Good. As we inhale, we're going to continue maybe making a circle with our nose on the ceiling or on the floor. Just over to the right, ever so gently. Again, maybe noticing if there's any pinching or aches and pains, and maybe you could ease off a little bit. And when you're ready, you can circle the opposite direction. So again, where can you let go of? Are you tightening somewhere in your body that doesn't need to be active right now? Maybe you can relax there. So maybe it's your belly and your core. Maybe it's your forearms. Maybe it's your feet. Good. And coming back to center, we're going to inhale, reach our hands up, and exhale, lower hands to heart. Good. So we're going to start off in cat-cow. So placing the knees underneath the hips and hands underneath, or wrist underneath the shoulders. So just in a stacked position here. As we inhale, we're going to tilt into cow. Breathing here. And as we exhale, we're going to push the floor away and tuck into cat pose. So we're just tucking the hips, tucking the chin to your chest, and pushing the mat away. Good. And just following the rhythm of your own breath. Here, you're going to inhale, look up. And exhale again, curve through the back spine, through the back body. And inhale to look up. So just again, follow your own breath. Notice if it's, maybe if you're needing a little bit more activation today, you can speed it up. Or if you're really feeling, relaxed like I am today, maybe you're breathing a little bit slower and allowing to really notice that movement in your body. So again, inhaling to gaze up and exhaling. Maybe pressing the toes into the floor as you push the mat away. And inhale once more to lift. And as you exhale, you can separate the knees out far towards the edges of the mat and sit back, or keep your knees together and just gently rest your forehead onto the mat in our first child's pose. So feel free to rest here as long as you need to, or to take this as a pause during your practice at any point. Again, you have the power to choose. This is your practice. So maybe just honor yourself, honor your body, and take whatever movements you need to. Remembering to breathe into the belly. What are you noticing? Maybe this time we can focus on the sounds around us instead of smell. Can you hear maybe the air conditioning or heater now that it's cooling down a lot? Maybe you notice the sound outside or cars driving by or the rain. Just try to listen intently, not to the sound of my voice, but maybe to something else in the room that you can draw your attention towards. Good, and we're going to go ahead and look forward and press yourself up. We're going to tuck the toes, and you can walk yourself forward into our first standing pose. So we're actually going to inhale halfway and exhale forward fold. Again, bending the knees as much as you need to, always prioritizing protecting the low back. So instead of maybe straining and pushing down, we're bending into the knees to really allow for length in the spine. And we fold forward, maybe holding on to the elbows and swaying side to side. Really easing into these movements today. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to again place the hands either on the floor or on your shins. We're going to inhale, look up, and exhale, forward fold. Again, bend through the knees. We're going to roll up very slowly, coming to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae, and coming to a stand. Good. We're going to inhale, reach our hands, look up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. And as you exhale, you're going to step back and lower down through the knees, the chest, and the chin, down to the floor, and then slide yourself forward, cobra. Inhale as you look up, and exhale, press yourself back, child's pose. So again, sitting onto the heels. Some students, if you're tight in the hips today, you might not come all the way back. You might need to maybe ground yourself here a little bit higher above the knee or above the heels. And you can actually just use your arms out in front of you as a pillow. So child's pose is really about bringing that, like closing in your body and bringing that awareness back to our safety and feeling safe in this pose. So if you can use your arms as a pillow, that'll really allow for that restorative practice to come through and allowing the head to hang heavy here. Good. We're going to inhale, gaze forward, and again, tuck the toes, coming to forward fold, not standing, so forward fold. Again, bending the knees as much as you need to. As you inhale, maybe roll through the spine, gaze forward, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up, look up. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment here to kind of recollect yourself, to your mind and your body. Maybe allow your breath to catch up with the movements. Again, we can control the breath by either slowing it down or speeding it up, but we're going to do this one more time, really integrating the breath. So inhale as we sweep the hands up, and exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step the feet back into plank. And you can lower it down, bringing your elbows close to your body through chaturanga, or you can bring the knees, chest, chin down to the mat and press yourself forward, cobra. So try not to use your hands here to push the mat away, but really curl through. Maybe use your eyes to gaze up and allow that gaze to really bring your neck and your shoulders off the mat. Good. And lower down, press yourself back, child's pose. So as you're here, maybe you can nod your head no or shake your head yes. And maybe even allow your hands to come behind you. Maybe allowing for, again, the heaviness of gravity to really press into our backs, allowing our forehead to really melt into the mat. We'll take another 2 breaths here. And exhale, release. Good. We're going to bring our hands forward if they're not already there. Look forward, rock your weight forward, tuck the toes, and again, come to forward fold, however it is that you might get there. So again, in forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need to, really prioritizing maybe your chest coming to your thighs, as that creates a sense of stability and nurturing in our body. So maybe you hold on to the elbows as we sway right and left. Good, and this time we're going to bend the knees as if you're sitting into an invisible chair. And we're going to inhale to reach our hands up into chair pose. So maybe we're imagining holding a globe or a light in our hands. And just imagine growing that light in between your hands. Maybe you could feel the warmth of that light, that shining light between your hands. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Good. Again, letting the head hang heavy. Maybe nod your head no, shake your head yes. Allow for the backs of the legs to feel activated. Maybe pressing your toes into the mat. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Place your hands onto the mat as we exhale, step back into plank through chaturanga, or you can lower down through the knees, chest, and chin. And inhale to cobra. Good. And as you exhale, press yourself back, child's pose. Taking whatever variation here that feels good for you. Again, you could be using your hands as a pillow, or your arms as a pillow, sorry, your forearms underneath you, or allowing your arms to come back behind you. Again, whatever feels good for you today. The choice is yours. Just notice if you're allowing for stillness today, or if you're fighting it. Maybe we can allow for a little bit of change in our mindset, change in our body, and change in our posture. And just see if you could let go a little bit. Good. We're going to do that once more. So inhale, you're going to press your hands forward if they're not already there. Tuck the toes and walk yourself up to forward fold. Good. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, release, bending through the knees as much as you need to. Sit back as if you're in an invisible chair. We're going to sweep the hands up, look up. Good. So as if you're holding, again, an imaginary, maybe this time we can make it like a globe, like a dark light instead of a bright light, and just imagine the things that you want to let go of in this moment. Again, maybe it's some stress or some tension. Good, and as we imagine that, we're going to go ahead and let it go, fold forward, and maybe let out an exhale, or a sigh. Just notice if you're allowing for yourself to make these noises today. It took me a really long time to sigh. I didn't realize that it probably had a lot to do with a lot of tension in my body. So if you couldn't let out a sigh today, that's okay. There's no need to judge. And I think it has something to do with the breath as well. Good, so we're going to inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back into plank. You could lower down all the way through plank, or again, knees, chest, chin. And inhale to cobra. And exhale to child's pose, pressing yourself back and your hips back. Good. Again, just noticing where you feel tension that you might not need in this moment.
This is a relaxing pose or restorative pose, so try to see if you can maybe let go of the jaw, maybe relax the backs of the eyelids or the forehead, just noticing where you don't need to hold on to in order to make this pose happen. There are times where we need, to activate our body and, to make something happen, but right now it's okay to let go. Let go of some of that control, that need to control. Good, and we're gonna, again, press your hands forward if they're not already there. Inhale, tuck the toes, and walk yourself to standing. Then we're gonna inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up, look up, and exhale, hands to heart. Great, so join me at the top of your mat. Hopefully you're already there. We're gonna inhale here for just a moment. Just kind of recollect with your breath and your body. Good, and we're gonna inhale, sweep the hands up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, we're gonna step back with our left foot and lower through the back leg into a low lunge. We're gonna inhale here, sweep the hands, look up. Again, just noticing where your breath is going, maybe releasing through the elbows, cactus the arms as we start to kind of awaken our front side body. If this is a lot of pain on the knees, definitely back off of that front stretch. Right now I'm feeling like pretty good, but if I were tighter in my hips today, I would just listen to that and maybe come out of it. So again, it's not about what it looks like, really what it feels like. So try to tune into your body and your self-awareness. Again, maybe you cactus the arms. Good, and we're gonna place the hands back down, step the foot back, and sit the hips back, child's pose. Good, so just breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Good, we're gonna inhale, look up. Again, tuck the toes and walk yourself up. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the hands up and look up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time, we're going to place our hands onto the mat and then switch sides. So this time, my right foot is sending back. And again, this is going to look different for everybody. We're going to inhale, reach our hands up, maybe untuck the toes behind you into a low lunge. Good, and we're gonna lower the hands down maybe as we exhale. Where is your gaze going? Where is your attention going? Is it inward or is your attention fleeing outside of you? It may be running from you. Can we bring that attention back to our body? Good, we're gonna lower our hands down, step the foot back, child's pose. Great job, everyone. Again, maybe allowing for your breath to catch up to your body. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to go ahead and shift our weight forward. Again, tuck the toes and come to halfway lift or forward fold. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, release. Bend through the knees as much as you need to. We're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly, as slow as you can to get to the very top. Good, and we're going to take a couple of, they're called body slaps. I don't know another formal name for this. But just go ahead and see if you can relax through the shoulders, through the neck, as you sway from side to side. Do you still feel grounded through your feet? If you don't, maybe you can imagine rooting down through your feet, through your toes.
Maybe rolling the shoulders back and down a couple times. And the opposite direction. So rolling your shoulders forward for 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to inhale, reach our hands up. And exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, we're going to go onto the left side one more time. And you could either stay here in this like runner's lunge, or you could always lower down through the knee and then tuck the toes. Again, just noticing where your body is today, and maybe you take a couple, maybe a step back or two. But if you'd like to meet me in a runner's lunge, we'll go ahead and start here. And we're gonna really use, again, we should feel grounded through the feet. We're gonna, once you feel stable here, inhale, reach the hands, come up. So this is the same, similar pose, just up. Again, do you feel rooted through your feet? It's okay if you're a little wiggly, but can you imagine maybe pressing down through all 10 toes? And maybe they're growing roots down into the ground as we hold here. And then we're just gonna pivot that back foot and open into warrior 2. So again, maybe gazing forward. If you were in a low lunge, you'll just lift up, pivot the foot, and meet me here. Again, just noticing where our attention is going, where our breath is going. Go ahead and flip that palm. We're gonna do reverse warrior and just lean back. Again, maybe allowing the head to hang heavy here. No need to hold on to anything, but you should feel grounded through the feet. But just notice if you're straining to hold here. And just see if you can maybe relax through your shoulders and through your elbows and wrists. Good, we're gonna go ahead and windmill the hands, come down, and you can lower down through your knee or step back. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or through chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, press yourself back, child's pose. A lot of child's poses today, but again, this just allows me to feel really safe and nurtured. And again, the rain and the weather, it just feels right today. So hopefully this is allowing for you to maybe slow down for just a moment and just be in this moment, be still. If your thoughts are racing, that's okay. We allow for them to pass by like clouds without judgment. Just notice. Maybe notice them. There's no need to act on it or react. We can have awareness and not need to do anything with it. Good, so we're going to inhale, look forward again, shift the weight forward as you tuck the toes and meet me in halfway lift. So inhale halfway and exhale forward fold. Good, inhale, sweep the hands up, come up, and exhale hands to heart. Good. We're going to inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, forward fold. And again, this time we're gonna shift that right foot back behind us, and you can stay up in a runner's lunge or lowering that knee down and untucking the toes into a low lunge. Again, grounding down through both feet. We're gonna inhale, sweep the hands up. Good, again, maybe noticing that all 10 toes are really pressing the mat away or becoming one, maybe melting into the mat. Slowly breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Good, we're gonna pivot that back foot, warrior 2. Breathing here, maybe allowing the shoulders to roll back and down. Again, today's focus has really been on just being and not holding on to any areas in our body that don't make sense. Like maybe like clenching through the mouth and the jaw or the eyes. Good, we're gonna go ahead and release that back hand, flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Again, maybe letting that head hang heavy here. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna windmill the hands, come down, press back, lower down through chaturanga. I do one with you guys. Or lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, look up. And exhale, press yourself back, child's pose. So again, just notice where your breath is. You don't need to change it or shift it, just notice it. Again, similar to our thoughts, you can notice the breath is moving through us like clouds. Don't need to change or alter the breath, but know that you can if you feel that it's maybe causing stress or panic. That you can always deepen your breath, and that will bring you back to the here and now. Good, and we're going to go ahead and gaze forward and shift the weight. And this time we're gonna just sit back on our heels and swing with your feet out in front of you. So meeting me here, again, maybe noticing just your toes, just noticing what they look like, maybe allowing them to wiggle. They've worked really hard today, and even though we might be feeling release of tension in other areas of our body that aren't working, our feet is really one area that is always working, and maybe we don't think enough. So can we thank our feet today for just holding us still and maybe getting us here to our mats today, bringing us balance and resilience. Good, we're going to inhale, reach the hands up, and exhale, forward fold. Again, any forward fold is really about elongating through the spine. So bend the knees as much as you need to here to really gain length through the spine. And try to bring your chest to your thighs. Again, nothing should be forced. So it might look like this. I'm feeling pretty tight in my hamstrings today. So again, inhaling through the spine and exhale, fold forward. You can let the head go, head and neck go. Yeah, maybe holding on to our feet, just showing gratitude. And as you breathe here, if you do want to walk your feet, like inch your feet forward, you can. But again, always elongating through the spine and allowing that chest to just feel what that feels like to rest on your thighs, to really hold yourself in this moment. And not force anything, but just allow your body to hold itself in whatever pose that might look like. Good, we're going to inhale one more time. And exhale, release. We're going to go ahead and come out of it. You're going to bring your knee to your right knee to your chest and cross that leg over your left thigh. We're going to use our right hand behind us as like a kickstand. As we inhale, reach our hand up and cross it over our body. And we're going to twist. It's our first real spinal twist of the day. We did do, warrior two. We've done a couple, but this is a real first twist of the day. So again, just noticing where you're holding in your body that you can let go of in this moment. And just breathing, maybe sending that breath to those areas that need a little bit more restoration, a little bit more attention right now. Maybe it's feeling tight in certain areas, we can send our breath there. Good, we're going to inhale, reach our hands up, and exhale, release. We're going to switch sides. So bringing now your left hand or your left knee to your chest and crossing that over your right leg. We're going to again use our left hand as a kickstand. Inhale, reach the right arm up and cross it over our body. And again, this is not about what it looks like, but really what it feels like. So just feel into your body maybe close your eyes, or you could gaze directly behind you or wherever it is that you could see. And maybe using the opposite eye. So if you're looking toward the left, maybe use your right eye and see what you notice. Is it a different color in the room? Is it a spot on the wall? Really breathe here and notice. No need to change anything. Notice your body will change it for you once you pay attention. One more breath. And letting it out, go ahead and release. And you can place your hands behind you and just go ahead and shake your legs out. You know, just wiggle them out a couple times. Allow for your ankles to roll in and out. And we're going to take a reverse tabletop. So keeping your hands planted on the floor behind you, you can bring your knees or bring your feet to the mat, and you're going to lift yourself up into reverse tabletop. Or if you'd like to challenge yourself, you could stay with your legs extended and really elongate through the front side body. I'm going to bend through my knees today just to feel a little bit more supported. And can we breathe and maybe let our head go? This can be really challenging, so just notice again and thank yourself for holding yourself up in this moment, or even trying this pose for the first time. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down gently, and we're going to bring our feet together, butterfly. So to kind of just reverse that really open chest, we're gonna bring our feet together and maybe let that head go. So although it's okay to really challenge our bodies, in trauma yoga with Urban Lotus, we talk about a window of tolerance. So maybe doing, a lot of heart openers or chest openers is, especially if you're really anxious and you cave in a lot, that might seem really vulnerable and like you're exposed, but we always want to come back to this, like, either that child's pose or this, like, allowing for our chest to come to our thighs to really feel nurtured and safe. So although it's okay to kind of push our boundaries, not pushing too far is also important. And just allowing yourself to take as much time as you need to really, to really get where you want to be. No pressure. Again, the first step maybe is just noticing where we are in order to start choosing change, choosing awareness, and choosing stillness. But we're going to do that one more time. So allow your hands to gently bring your knees back to center. Again, you can elongate through the legs, or I'm going to press my feet into the mat to really help myself. You're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to push the floor away. Good. So again, remembering to breathe here. What can you let go of? Are you noticing, are you pressing equally through the hands and feet, or are your arms bearing more of the weight? Can you maybe shift some of your weight elsewhere and maybe even engage the core to lessen some of that load off of your arms and shoulders and your knees and ankles? Good, we're going to be here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down gently. And exhale through butterfly. Again, taking as many exhalations, long exhalations as you need to really recenter yourself. And maybe allow for that breath to awaken your body today if you were feeling a little bit more groggy and tired, or maybe tense and sore today. And again, allowing that breath to really move through your body and create stillness. Good, we're going to go ahead and again use our hands to close and lower down all the way onto our backs. So getting there gently, we're going to go ahead and bring our knees
to our heart and maybe rock side to side, releasing any tension that we might have created in the low back or in the upper back with that heart opener. Really let yourself melt into the mat here. Good. We're going to keep our right knee in as our left leg extends out, and we're going to twist. So this is just a gentle twist over to the left. Again, nothing should be forced, but just maybe allow that knee to come down. Maybe it's, mine's kind of hovering, that's okay. Maybe breathe into those areas of tension, maybe through the hips or the low back. Allow for your face to relax entirely. And maybe release tension through the hands as well. Good. Breathing here for 2 more breaths. Good. And as you inhale, rocking that leg back over to the right, it's extending out through the right leg. And just take a moment here to just notice what that feels like on your right side versus your left side. Maybe your right leg feels a little bit longer than the left. 1 more breath. And as you inhale, you're going to bring that left foot over to the mat and just allow it to fall over to the right side, taking a small spinal twist here. Again, just breathing into those areas of your body that might feel tense. Can we let go of tension in the jaw and in the hands and feet as we breathe here? If you feel any pinching whatsoever, please come out of it. Never, no posture is ever an obligation, but a choice. You choose to breathe through the discomfort, but knowing when the discomfort is too much and allowing yourself, choosing to come out of it. Breath in. And letting it out, rocking yourself back to center, maybe elongating through the left leg as well. Again, just taking a moment here. If you need to, get out any wiggles, go ahead and do so now. Maybe you could shake the feet out, shake the hands out, or just meet me in Shavasana. Maybe allowing your eyes to close. If you have like a small pillow for your eyes or blanket or shirt or something, you can use that if it's right in your room, and maybe block out some of that light as we bring our senses inward. Can you notice again where your breath is going? Is there something that maybe you can taste in this moment? You would just notice what the inside of your mouth tastes like. Just bringing that awareness back to our senses. Maybe take a swallow here. Breathing deeply, allowing your body to melt into the mat. I'm going to walk you through a short meditation, and feel free to stay here as long as you need to. As you start to bring awareness to the crown of your head, can you notice any tension, maybe on your head or skull, that you can release, maybe through the temples, through the back of the head, releasing the eyes and unclenching the jaw. Can we release tension in our tongue and maybe let our tongue sit at the bottom of our mouth? Can you maybe release tension in your lips and in the back of the neck? Can you let go of holding on to your shoulders and allowing for gravity to push them into the mat? Can you release tension in your elbows and wrists and your hands? And allow your arms to really become part of the earth beneath you. Can we let go of any tension in our chest and in our hearts today, maybe just for this moment? We can let go and allow for healing to come into our practice. Maybe allow the breath to deepen and bring restoration into our bellies as we relax our organs and our hips into our hip sockets. Can you allow your legs to melt into the earth and release tension in the knees, the feet, and your ankles? As you lay here in complete stillness, can you bring that attention even more inward? And just notice the sounds inside your body. Can you notice your heart beating and the blood moving through your veins? Or the nerves firing from your brain to your lungs, allowing you to breathe in this moment. And just notice what comes up for you. What systems are working their hardest. And can you allow for the other systems to relax and rejuvenate when rest is needed and required? Allow yourself to breathe here for a few more breaths. As you maybe start to deepen the breath or notice the breath, you maybe breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And start to bring awareness through your toes as you start to wiggle. Again, thanking our feet for all the work it's done today. Maybe rolling through the ankles as we bring the awareness back up through our legs and knees. Can we start to bring movements and allow movement through the hands and wrists? Again, thanking our hands also for being here today and helping us just do a lot of functions that we probably don't think about. Opening a jar, opening the refrigerator, maybe opening the car door. Maybe reaching your hands above you. As you inhale deeply, again, maybe letting out a sigh, your body will allow it. And rolling onto one side using your arm as a pillow. Again, just thanking yourself here for choosing to be. And when you're ready, you can gently press yourself up into a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed if that feels comfortable for you. Even the room darkened up, which is kind of nice. We're going to inhale, sweep our hands up, and exhale, hands to heart. Good. We're going to go ahead and lower our hands down. Maybe walk your hands in front of you as you let your head hang heavy here. Again, allowing the breath to really breathe into the body. awakening your senses, maybe bringing awareness to the world around us now. And we're going to stretch over to the right. So walking our hands over to the right, and maybe bringing our arm up. Good. So again, just breathing here, noticing again our senses in comparison to the room now instead of our bodies, but noticing what the floor feels like, what the temperature is like in the room. Good, and we're going to roll through center, so over to the right side of the room, gently and effortlessly. No need to force anything. And just allowing for that side body stretch here. Really sending the breath wherever it needs to go. Maybe it's that side body or the side of the neck. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Again, rolling back to center, maybe walking your hands back to center. Breathe here as you elongate through the spine and exhale, fold forward. Good. Nodding the head no, shaking the head yes. Maybe yes, what are you going to allow today? And as you walk yourself up, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you for taking my class, and not just my class, but for choosing you. Again, going back to our affirmations, I'll read them once more so we can finish here. So again, thank you so much. And again, you can repeat after me or just say it quietly in your head or just listen. Who within you chooses? I choose to be adaptable. I choose to be safe. I choose to be sweet. I choose to be strong. I choose to be clear. I choose to be.